All right, hey guys. So I just want to welcome you back to Wes's Side Story. This is part 3 of the leaf spring bracket, shackles, and more video. Anyway, I just want to tell you I hit a hiccup. So after part 2, I was going to install the bearing. Well, the bearing that I had was too small. A lot of these trucks call for a bearing that is 1 and 11/16 inches in diameter. Well, some of these trucks, they put a bigger eyelet on the front of the leaf spring, and mine was the one with the bigger eyelet. So my bearing actually needs a 1.78 inch bearing to go in the eyelet. None of the local part stores had it. They kept trying to give me a part number SB344, and that's for like the standard bearing, which is 1 and 11/16. However, I had to get on autotrucksprings.com, and I found it's not an exact replacement, but it's a bearing that's going to work, or supposedly. I'm still waiting on it to come in, but that is part number RB229, and again, that's on autoandtrucksprings.com. So we're going to wait on that bearing, so I do want to apologize. This video is going to be really ADHD video, and I'm going to be bouncing around quite a bit since I hit that part malfunction there. So just wanted to throw that out there. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you can bear with me. I am trying to get this done before winter, so I don't really have time just to wait the 10 days until the part comes in. So all right, I hope you guys enjoy. Guys, if you remember right, I treated this with Ospo. You can see that some of this has turned white, but they say you just leave it 24 hours and it's ready for a paintable surface after that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and paint this part where I'm going to put that bracket on, and I'm going to put that bracket on there. I did run into some trouble that I explained in a previous video about the bushing here in the front. Just so happens I got a model of truck that they put a different bearing in there. And please, I apologize for the wind noise there. I'm probably going to go ahead and cut these off and get rid of that shock mount, because it's getting replaced, as well as these shocks also. So at least I can still be working on the truck while I'm waiting like 10 days or whatever to get that part in. I may start taking this rear one loose also. I don't know. I'm going to see how I think that it's going to affect it, but you can't actually tighten all these bolts up until after the springs are loaded. So that means after you let the weight of the truck down on them, and then you actually tighten them up in the bearings. So I'm gonna check that out and see what I can do from here. Since I gotta wait that long, I may end up treating most of the frame with Ospo again. You see that it bubbled it up. So that's what I'm gonna do anyway. So let's keep it trucking. Let's put this spray some paint on here, and then we'll put the bracket on it. All right, little helper, take that thing off there. Is it coming?
You got it.
You got it? All right, is it kind of stuck in there?
Yeah.
I kind of figured it would be. All right, good job. All right, guys, so this nut right here that my son was just taking off is a 17 millimeter As you can tell, mine looked really crazy, but I hit it with my my whirly wheel metal brush and cleaned it up before I put a socket on it, and it did come off on its own. So now I'm going to move down to the bottom ones, go ahead and get this out, and then go ahead and cut that mount off. I am going to replace that. It doesn't look too awful bad, but I just already have them, so I'm going to replace them. Cool, let's get it done. Alright, so those down there are 18 millimeter for the bottom of the shock that actually sits up in your or on your axle mount there. So let me see, maybe I can get a better shot there. Those are 18 millimeters, so we're going to take that loose. All right, for those 18 millimeter bolts, what I did was I took 2 ratchets. One I got back here, also in the loose, but I got it right up against my axle there. And so then I can push this one down right here and loosen, and I can push these down and loosen that bolt. So that's how I'm going to take this off. Like that. So I just want to show how bad these shocks are. Look at it barely pushing out now that I've disconnected it. So these shocks, 20 years old shocks, are trash. Very big trash. Alright, so where I have this bracket loose and the leaf spring, I did go ahead and put my jack kind of just holding the frame up. So again, safety first, guys. Always safety first. So alright, I can potentially pull that shock out of there now and get rid of it. And then I'm going to cut this off. Let's check my paint. My paint has dried, so I can cut those off. Alright, so you see that I'm cutting this, and I am going into my frame a little bit. You guys got to be careful about doing that. It's not something I want to do, but I'm going to make sure to OSPO treat this so I don't get any rust spots, and paint it real good like I did that, which you can't really tell in this light. I'm kind of under a carport, but it's a trick to cut these off. I don't really know what it is, but I kind of tried to cut all the 4 corners off and then cut sideways into it. It worked a little bit, but I'm still gonna have to grind that out. So I got one more to do. So once I grind them out, we'll see if we can knock this piece out. I could not get the top of my shock off. Of course, I don't want to risk breaking my lines there. So I'm just going to take this out so that way it'll all come up and out together.
Sweet.
Checking on the chickens. That's the new one over there.
Did I say Rockzilla?
I really cannot see anything on the screen, so I hope I'm getting some good video of them.
I'll smack you in the beak.
I'm not scared of that rooster.
You're not scared of that rooster? You want to go in the cage? Hey, you want to go in the cage with him? You want to go in the cage with him?
Then he will peck me in the face.
Alright guys, so check it out. I got these all the way down to like where there's nothing left. What I'm going to try to do is first use my air hammer to try to knock them through, and then also maybe use the bracket itself to try to pull it, see if it'll pull them out. But definitely wear ear protection. You will inevitably get into your frame. Just try to do it as little as possible. Right there I got a little big chunks, and right here when I first started because I wasn't paying attention, but definitely I'm gonna treat this for rust, and then I'm gonna paint them. So let me see if I can get this out, and I just got to keep going. If there's any wind noise, I do apologize. It's kind of windy out here today, so apologize in advance. Alright, so there we go. I got that sucker out, and actually looks like it's held up quite a bit. A lot of these dings and stuff in the threads were actually from my hammer. I could have probably got away with just getting another nut for this. But I will say that it's inevitable that you're gonna get into the frame a little bit cutting these out, because they're sunk in there. Maybe if I had a smaller wheel, I was using a 4.5 inch wheel. Maybe if I had a smaller one, I wouldn't have got into the frame as much as I did. But looking at this thing outside of the truck, it's actually still really good and sound. Like I said, I might have just been able to get away with changing the nut. But here's the new one gonna go back, and just like always, you want to match them up and make sure that everything's good and that they're gonna work. So let's see. Well, I got some crud to clean out under there, but that was like that. So looking at it, it looks like the holes are all gonna line up and everything's gonna be good. So awesome. And that went in there just like that. I don't know if you can see that. If not, I'll edit that out and get a better shot after I put it in there. So, but there's that. I'm gonna OSPO treat this metal right here and let it sit overnight, and then I'll put this in. I know I'm skipping around quite a bit in this video. I am ready to put that bracket in right here because I did paint. But I think I'm gonna put like a couple coats on there and then paint it. So yeah, I just didn't want to pause because, you know, this is still a lot of work to be done. So alright, and I don't want to continue on with the back side yet because I don't know how well it's gonna work if I have both sides of this leaf spring, you know, taken off. The wheels might move, something like that. So I guess right now I'm at another stopping point. I will show you one more thing though. Alright, so here we have the shock comparison. This was the 20-year-old shock that just came off the truck, and these are the Monroe coilovers that I'm actually gonna install back. So you can tell that's quite a bit of an upgrade for the truck, and she very much needed a rear end. I will put a picture, before and after picture of me hauling wood and stuff at the end video. But yeah, we'll keep on trucking. Alright guys, so I've been kind of bouncing around here. I did go ahead and take this other shock over here off. This nut on this side was an 18 millimeter. So I think the one on the other side was just really worn, rusted out bad. 18 millimeters on both of the bottom nuts that hold this in as well. So I'm about to take this shock off. I'm not going to put the shocks back on yet until after I get all my brackets replaced and things. Then I'm going to put the shocks on, fully load it, and of course tighten my big bolts down. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm running, looks like it's almost sunset, so I might not get much more done today. I really didn't want to have to bounce around like I'm doing, but you know, time is of the essence, and so it is what it is. Looking at this now on this side, I don't think I'm going to change that one. After looking at the other one that I took off over there, and it was kind of a pain in the butt to get off. Since they are holding up real good, I'm not going to change this mount. For one, there's like fuel lines and a bunch of stuff right here on the inside that I don't want to break. So that is what it is. All right, so I did get that other shock out of here, so both of these are clear. So both shocks are taken off today. There they are. Man, it's going to be a big difference about what I'm putting back. But as I said earlier, I think the sun's going down on me. That's pretty much all I can get done today. I sprayed some more, or I'm going to spray this all down with Ospo again. I sprayed this down with Ospo already, but I'm going to spray everything down with Ospo again, and we're going to go from there. I think I'm going to replace this part of my gas line while I'm in here, and then my return line also. I'm going to try to replace it. Let me see if I can show you. Alright, so you see these lines in here? Let's see, this one right here that looks pretty grody is my return line. And it turns into this tube right here. So I'm probably going to get some of that tube and just run it all the way down through here. Even if I got to zip tie it in, I think that's going to be better. Might improve my gas mileage even. This one, like I said, that bracket right there, it looks fine. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that one in there so I don't have to fight through all those fuel lines. I'm going to Ospo the crap out of it and spray paint like pretty much everything I can while I got the bed off, and go ahead and Rust-Oleum everything. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, cool. We'll stop there for now. I don't know how much this video is, but I'm really skipping around, and hopefully it won't be too long, but I'm gonna have to go ahead and edit a part 2 for this. Again, sorry that I'm skipping around on all this stuff. I ran into needing some parts, and they're not going to be here for about 10 days, and I wanted to continue on and get some more work done and didn't want to have to wait on them. So that's pretty much where I'm at. So I'm going to leave that video here. If you guys like my content, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up. I try to do the best I can for you guys, and if you have any questions, by all means, hit me up in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to answer anything I can. Thank you so much. I'm gone for now.